by in the heart of the Amazon, when the full moon rises over the dark waters of the river, some say an ancient presence awakens. The silence of the forest is broken only by the gentle sound of the current and the rustling of leaves that shouldn't be moving. Among the shadows, a giant white flower floats, too beautiful to be just a plant. The elders warn, don't get too close. What seems like a harmless reflection might hide the spirit of an enchanted young woman, condemned to live between two worlds, the earth and the waters. They say that if you look too closely, you'll see something move beneath the petals, something watching you back. And when night falls, the flower's sweet fragrance spreads through the air, drawing in the curious and the foolish. After all, have you ever wondered why the Victoria Regia only blooms at night? The Amazon has always been a place where reality and imagination blend together, like the meeting waters of its rivers. Every tree, every sound, every shadow seems to hold an ancient secret, one that whispers only to those brave enough to listen. Amid this endless green, one of the most beautiful and saddest legends of Brazilian folklore was born, the legend of the Victoria Regia. Before it became just a majestic plant admired for its beauty, the Victoria Regia was a symbol of desire, transformation, and punishment. Its massive leaves and white flowers, which bloom only at night, are silent witnesses to a story passed down through generations. For the indigenous peoples of the Amazon, the moon, known as Jochi, was a powerful and mysterious deity. Jochi lit up the night and guided the dreams of the men and women of the forest. She was the one who inspired love, fertility, and beauty, and every young woman dreamed of one day being chosen by Jochi to become a star in the sky. They say that on moonlit nights, the most beautiful girls would gaze at the moon's reflection on the calm waters and imagine themselves touched by its light. Some would adorn themselves with flowers, others would dance by the riverbank, believing that the silver glow was a divine calling. For them, being chosen by Jochi was the most sacred destiny one could have, a way to escape earthly life and shine forever among the stars. But among those girls, there was one who stood out, a young woman of rare beauty, with eyes as bright as moonlight itself, and a curiosity that went far beyond the limits of caution. Her name was lost to time. Some say it was Naya. Others insist she never had one, as if the forest itself wished to keep her identity secret. What is known is that this young woman fell deeply in love with the moon. Every night she climbed to the highest places, waited for darkness to fall, and stood still, gazing at the sky. While the other girls slept, she dreamed awake, believing that if she showed enough devotion, Jochi would come down to take her away. And so, driven by an impossible longing, she began to follow the moon, not with her feet, but with her heart. Every reflection on the water seemed like an invitation, every silver ray like a beckoning hand, until one night when dream and madness became one, and the young woman's fate changed forever. One night the forest seemed to breathe in silence. A soft breeze brushed through the treetops, and the river shimmered with the silver glow of the full moon. Naya was there once again, standing by the water's edge, gazing at Jochi's reflection. But that night, something felt different. The moon seemed closer, alive, almost within reach. They say the light grew so bright that the river turned into a mirror of liquid silver, and Jochi's image appeared to smile at her. Enchanted, Naya believed the goddess had finally chosen her. With her heart racing, she stepped closer to the shore. 1 step, 2, and then, without hesitation, she dove in. The waters closed over her in silence. No scream, no struggle. Only the gentle sound of the current carrying her dreams away. By morning, the villagers searched for her everywhere. But all they found was an eerie calm hanging over the river, as if the place itself was keeping a secret. For days, no one dared to go near the water, until, on another moonlit night, something happened. From the mirrored surface of the river, a flower emerged, huge, beautiful, its petals white as the face of the moon, its scent drifting softly through the forest air. It floated untouched, as if it had been left there by the gods themselves. The elders understood the signs. The moon, moved by the girl's devotion, had not let her die. Instead, Jochi transformed her into a flower, one that could live close to her reflection, touching it every night, though never truly reaching it. And so was born the Victoria Regia, the sacred flower of the Amazon waters. But, as with every gift from the gods, there was a price. The flower opens only at night, when Jochi appears, and closes at dawn, as if mourning the love it can never have. Some say that on the quietest nights, if you listen closely, you can hear a faint whisper coming from the open flowers. A woman's voice, soft and sorrowful, still calling the name of the moon. Over time, the legend spread throughout the region. Some indigenous peoples came to see the flower as a symbol of true devotion, love that surpasses reason itself. Others saw in it a warning that even the purest love can turn into a curse. And even today, many avoid touching the flowers that float alone at night. They say that on certain full moon nights, when the river is still and the light shines brighter, you can see a face appear between the petals, serene, eyes open, gazing up at the sky. Maybe it's just the moon's reflection dancing on the water. Or maybe it's Naya, still waiting for the moment when she can finally be with her beloved Jochi. The legend of the Victoria Regia reminds us how nature and human imagination intertwine in surprising ways. Naya, the young woman who fell in love with the moon, became a flower that defies time, blooming only under silver light, and continues to inspire stories of love, devotion, and mystery. Perhaps it's just an ancient tale, passed down through generations to teach respect, care, and admiration for the Amazon rainforest. Or perhaps, as the most superstitious claim, there truly is something in the waters, an ancient spirit, a presence watching the curious and protecting those who lose their way. What we do know for certain is that the Victoria Regia is no ordinary flower. It carries a past, a memory, and a mystery that has lasted for centuries. And every time you gaze upon its petals open to the moonlight, you might wonder, are we merely seeing reflections? Or is there something more hidden among the shadows of the water? If this story moved you, sparked your curiosity, or sent shivers down your spine, don't you forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the most fascinating mysteries of Brazilian folklore and the world. And remember, next time you look at a river at night with the moon reflected on its surface, pay attention. You might see something you didn't expect, something that defies logic, that blurs myth and reality, and keeps the magic of the Victoria Regia alive. As the centuries passed, Naya's story stopped being just a tale told around the fire, in small riverside communities deep in the Amazon. Some swear that the legend of the Victoria Regia still manifests itself, not as a metaphor, but as a presence. Fishermen say that on certain moonlit nights, the river takes on a different glow. The flowers seem to move in strange patterns, as if following the path of the moon. Some claim to have seen petals suddenly open, revealing a pale face before sinking back into the dark waters. Others tell of mist rising from the river, carrying the faint sound of a woman crying, a long, almost human wail that echoes through the trees. There's a curious record from 1923, found in an old missionary's diary. He described seeing a flower as large as a canoe, pulsing softly, as if it were breathing. When he tried to approach, the flower closed and slowly sank beneath the surface, leaving behind only a sweet, lingering scent. The same aroma that, according to locals, marks the presence of Naya's spirit. Even with all our scientific progress, not everything has an explanation. Researchers have observed strange behavior in the Victoria Regia, along the Solomquis River, flowers blooming outside their natural cycle, leaves shifting without any wind, and a rare species that blossoms only under the light of the full moon. Coincidence, or a whisper from something beyond? Some believe Naya never truly left, that her soul still drifts through the waters, guiding those who lose their way in the forest, protecting the pure-hearted and punishing the curious who dare to challenge the river at night. Others say it's nothing more than an ancient myth, a poetic way of explaining the beauty and mystery of nature itself. But when the silence of the night is broken by the soft sound of something moving beneath the surface, when the air fills with that sweet, haunting fragrance, and the moon's reflection seems closer than ever, it's hard not to wonder, does the Victoria Regia still hold Naya's spirit?